Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth. I go by the username Be More Creative both here on FlossTube and on Instagram. So I am back today with my freebies on the 17th, and it has been a year now that I've had this series going, which is quite fun. It's gone by so quickly. So I started this series on my birthday last year, and we're back again. It is, well, for you guys, it's the 17th, so it is my birthday. For me, it is the 16th, so the evening before my birthday. And I have been loving this series. It's one that I'm going to carry on. I'm really enjoying how much it's pushing me out of my comfort zone. I'm enjoying the fact that I can give back to you guys to say thank you for all of the support that you continuously give me on this channel. And that really does mean the world to me. I was going through today, I have saved pictures that people have sent me of their stitching pieces, and I've had so many people stitch my designs. I think my most popular was definitely my Valentine's Day sampler. I think that's been one of my most popular ones, but people have absolutely loved like the Cryptid Christmas series. That was quite fun as well. I have loved designing all of them, and I have so many ideas for the next ones. I'm actually currently trying to get ahead of myself because I work in a boarding school, an art and design boarding school, and I pack up and move out for the summer because other schools come and take over for summer school, and obviously I'm on break over summer, so we end up giving up the accommodation for other schools to come in. So I have to pack up and move out, and I want to make sure that I've got my freebies on the 17th done and FFO'd, because that's the other thing I love about this series. It means that I have at least one item FFO'd every month, because that is my goal. It is to design the piece, stitch the piece, and FFO the piece. I will be getting some help stitching some of the future ones. I have someone who reached out and offered to be a model stitcher, and that just takes a little bit of pressure off, especially for the months where I know I'm going to be really busy. So I am going to be working with her on some of the model stitching. I'm not sure if that's going to be for my freebies on the 17th or for some other things that I am planning on working on, that I will tell you more about when that comes around. So a couple of apologies. First of all, I really do apologise for how dark it is. I have terrible lighting in this room, and tomorrow is graduation day for the students, so I can't film tomorrow because I normally am off, but I'm in work because it's graduation. I've got to go see my students graduate. I'm the house mother. I have to be there, and I cannot wait to see my year twos graduate. Like, seeing them from day one through to the end of term, where they're here for us for some of them 3 years, some of them 2 years, and it has been so nice getting to know them. So we're at the final stage with them, and I really hope that they all go on to enjoy university and follow the paths that they want to follow. So that is what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. And today has just been so loud. So it's been my day off. I had the best intentions. I got up nice and early to film, but my students have been so excited for most of the day. So my younger students didn't have lessons today, and my older students, my year twos who are graduating, they finished their art A-levels today. So the art exams, there's been three weeks of art exams, and an art exam is 15 hours, so it's spread out over 3 days. So they finished their final one today. Some of them have still got language and maths exams to come, but their big exams for them are now finished. So they have been super excited, running around, and it's been so nice listening to them having fun, but it meant that I couldn't really film a video. So it is a little bit later, so I do apologize, and I do apologize for the like items in the back. I've got my graduation dress. I am so excited. I absolutely love the dress this year. So yeah, I've got that out ready so I can make sure I get all ready in the morning. And already I've still got to do my nails this evening. That's the next task. But you know, I've been waffling on for 5 minutes now, and you guys really don't want to know, so let's just jump straight in and show you the piece. So I think this piece is a little bit different for me, but I do absolutely love it. And here it is. This is Spring Bloom. It is quite a large chart. It's quite deceptive as to how much stitching, because it pretty much is full coverage, like the leaf is full coverage and all of this is full coverage. I've turned mine into a little hanging piece. I just have a piece of felt on the back. Like, you can see my messy stitching, like no one's going to see that except for you guys that I've just shown. But yeah, and a little piece, and I've just had it hung on my pegboard. There was a little sneaky peek in one of the floss tubes because I forgot to take it down. I've actually had this one stitched for about a month now. So this is Spring Blooms. This measures 67 stitches across by 198 stitches down. So if you are taking part in the Stitch from Stash challenge, this one will earn you quite a few points. This is worth £22 in the Stitch from Stash challenge. I've stitched mine using 4 classic colourworks. I used Snowball, which is the white, Eggshell, which is the ecru colour, Honeycomb, which is the yellow, and Jolly Holly, which is the green. Now, if I was to restitch this, I use that because that's what I had in my stash, and I've really been enjoying using classic colourwork thread. I do include a DMC conversion in the chart as well, and I do encourage you to use what you have in your stash. All of my charts are Stitch from Stash. Please feel free, change the colour. If you don't want it to look like a daisy, why not change it to a couple of different pinks or some purples or some blues? I think it will look cute either way that you decide to stitch it. But yeah, so if I was to redo it again and I was actually purchasing the threads, I would only purchase the Classic Colourworks Honeycomb and the Classic Colourworks Jolly Holly. And I'm not sure if you can see the variegation in this leaf. I stitched the leaf up and down so I would get like the stripe variegation. In person, you really can see there's a lot of variegation. And in the Honeycomb, I think you can see it going backwards and forwards. I stitched the Honeycomb, I stitched around the edge and then I just filled it in going backwards and forwards. And I did one stitch, one cross at a time to get the variegated to look variegated. But to be in all honesty, if I didn't have Snowball in my collection, I had 2 skeins of that because I did use 2 skeins of the Classic Colourworks Snowball. I still have a lot left of my second skein, so it was probably only just over a skein that I needed. If I didn't have the Snowball and if I didn't have the Eggshell, then I would have just used DMC B5200 and DMC Ecru, because there really is no variegation as far as I can see in those threads. I was just really enjoying stitching with Classic Colourworks and I had those in my stash. I call these Stitch from Stash charts because this is what I tend to do. I tend to design using what I have in my stash because, as I said, this is it's something for me to have fun designing and to give back to all of you guys. So I do use a lot of what I have in my stash. I have stitched mine on a 16 count Coffee Crafts Designs fabric, and I have listed the Facebook group onto the chart and also in the comment section below, in the description box below, sorry. And with hers, she doesn't have a regular range. I have had a few people kind of message me saying, can you stop using her fabrics for your charts because I want to stitch it how you've stitched it. Quite simply, as I said, I'm using these Stitch from Stash. You can put this on whatever fabric you want. There are plenty of other fabrics out there. I'm sure this would look lovely. Just make sure that your colours stand out. So do a thread test first and see. But I am using what I have in stash and I absolutely love her fabrics. I love her fabrics. I often buy them. It's the main fabric that I do buy because I absolutely love her pieces and I don't want to stop using them for designing purposes, because actually this design I was inspired by 2 things. So one, I really wanted to do a floral because I have been really enjoying the summer weather, sitting outside, and I wanted to do a floral for this month, and daisies were kind of in my head because our school field was literally covered in daisies. It was absolutely amazing. So I wanted something like that. But then when I saw this fabric, it kind of reminded me of a summer's day with the daisies on the field. And that's what really inspired the design, is the fabric itself. So as I said, I'm really sorry if that, for those that really don't like the fact that I don't do that. I have started giving you the exact threads that I use plus a DMC conversion, because I can understand threads are sometimes a little bit more difficult to pick your own colours, but the fabric choice, as I said, I'm going to be using her fabrics. But please, if you want to, go over and check her Facebook group. She does a Super Sunday at least once a month, and she has often got a wide variety of different colours there, so you could go and have a look at her pieces. But I know I use hers an awful lot. It's just because I absolutely love her fabric, and why not support a small business if you love their stuff? So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to get off my little rant there. I do apologise. So the other thing I have done with this piece is I have changed the way I do my chart. I have included the different sizes on different fabric counts, because that is something I get a lot of messages about. So what I've done is I've just put the stitching size. So you would need to add, and I've put this as many times as I can in the chart, you would need to add 2 inches onto each side if you prefer a 2-inch border, or less if you like less of a border. But I've just included what the stitching size would be on 14 or 28 count, 16, 32, 18, 36 and 20 or 40 count. So I hope that helps for those that really wanted that information. So I have now included that in the charts, and I will try to as going forwards. This chart, I didn't offer a black and white copy. I've only got a colour version of it because the symbols are there. I am sorry, but for some reason on my software program, when I tried to print the black and white version, the symbols for these kept getting mixed up. So I'm sorry, it is a colour version, but the symbols are there. So if you printed it in grayscale, you would just have a black and white version of it, or things like that. So just a couple of tips when stitching this. I started with my center honeycomb, and then I outlined each of the sections. So I outlined all of the white petals. I then went back in before, because I like to have fill-in projects on the go. So I outlined all the white, I outlined all the ecru sections, and then I just went in and filled in those sections so I didn't have to go back to the chart. The stem is probably the trickiest to stitch, because my stems, I really wanted it to look like the whimsical kind of stem. So it is not, you have to keep an eye on the counting. But if you mess up, it's quite forgiving. You can just do that. And then the same thing with the leaf, I just outlined and then filled it all in. So it's a very nice fill-in project. So it's very nice to have on the go. But yeah, that is Spring Bloom. I really hope you enjoyed the chart. As I said, please feel free to download the chart, tell people about it. I just ask that you, if you are referring to someone to get the chart, please don't send it to them directly. Just get them to come over and support the channel, because I am trying to continue to grow the channel, and I will be having more free charts coming out. I'm already working on my cross stitch, World Cross Stitch Day chart, and I have another few fun ones coming out this summer. So please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. The chart can be found in the description box below. I really hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you are stitching it, to use the hashtag freebie on the 17th and hashtag #BeMoreCreativeCharts. And make sure you tag me on Instagram, because I'm not seeing any of the ones that people are just using the hashtag for some reason. Instagram's changed. It's making it really difficult. But those that are tagging me in, I do definitely go and check them all out, and I absolutely love seeing them. So I am going to head off because it is very late and I've got to do my nails ready for graduation. So I will see you all in just over a week for the next floss tube video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you all soon. Happy stitching. Bye all.